I didn't turn it on yet. I was waiting. A lot of people don't want you to unmute until you're talking. Correct.
So it's 5:30. The last time we did this, I had a timer, but since there's one person, I guess we can go on for a half hour. Right, Mike? There's no
That's correct.
time limit on this. Okay. Who is administrator?
Don't know.
Okay. No, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. That's his.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, David.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Eddie's getting on now. I'm hosting.
Okay.
Patterson is the administrator. He's there. Let's see. There's no time limit, right?
There is
For
no
questions
time.
or anything? Okay.
Nope. Nope.
No time limit. There is a waiting room, but no one's waiting. And
We missed. We've only got
we're-
5 of us here right now, right?
I don't have Mike, Administrator Steve, Muter, Charday, Siobhan, Marilyn, Scott, Leslie, McDonough, Steve, Muter, me. Okay,
David, you see my shirt?
I do. Good shirt.
It's comfortable. It's carrying me this summer.
Well, when you pick quality materials that last a long time, wash after wash.
They do. And it's just lightweight.
It is.
Got a couple people coming in from the waiting room still.
Okay.
All right, no one's in the waiting room.
All right. Where are we with? Okay. Let's give board members just a minute. Terry said she would be joining. I'm going to text Candace right now and see what her status is.
Here's someone coming in.
Okay. Looks like Terry.
4640.
I believe so. I believe that's Miss Lawson.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. We're going to give Miss Hodge just a minute.
I should have printed this question here.
I opened up mine on the phone, Dave.
Ha! That's actually a really good idea. Thank you, sir.
Well, once or twice a year, I'm good for a good idea. So,
That's excellent.
Just a heads up. Is the link? Never mind. I see it. Never mind. All these links get me confused.
amen.
Hmm.
All right, Candace is getting in now.
Okay, great. So
Is that everybody? We're at a full attendance then?
we are. Rama is traveling. Miss Curry is traveling and may have an issue with connections, but we'll give it a shot and see. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Mr. Harris, you ready?
Oh, can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. Okay, we're ready. So it's your meeting, board.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Patterson. Thank you for being here and for your interest in joining the board. We appreciate your application for the vacancy. Under our policy, you're welcome to give a brief introduction if you'd like to do that, and we can do that now if you'd like.
Whatever you prefer.
Okay, let's go ahead and start with that, and then we'll have some questions for you.
Good evening. My name is Andre Patterson. Born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Graduated from Shinley High School, class of '99. I went on to IUP. Graduated 2004. Went back, got my master's. Graduated 2016 December. I'm currently in the military reserves as of 12 years. I am a Chief Warrant Officer 2, which is an HR technician. I do have duty coming up this weekend for the next 2 weeks. I enjoy what I do as far as the reserves is concerned. My full-time civilian position, I am a juvenile probation officer. I've been a school-based probation officer for the last 2 years, and prior to that, I worked for a program which is called the CISP program, stands for Community Intensive Supervision Program, as their probation officer. I've been a probation officer since 2008, and I've been employed by the county since 2003. So I've been working with at-risk youth since 2003. I love what I do. I don't plan on doing anything else. And it's a passion of mine. In addition to that, I do volunteer for the youth football program here in the district, as well as the wrestling program at Westinghouse. But I will see if I can transition into the Woodland Hills youth wrestling program to help out with them. I am currently the junior varsity head wrestling coach. I've been doing that for 1 year, and prior to that, the year before, I was an assistant on the junior high wrestling program. I've been living in the district since 2009. I have a son. He just turned 11 on Friday, and I just enrolled him into the district this year. He lives with me full time for the last 3 years, and I felt it was a time for him to change and actually join this district rather than being in Pittsburgh Public. Because I have seen a change in the district for the better, and I want to be on this board and assist and hopefully keep going in that positive direction.
Thank you. Is that everything you wanted to say?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask a couple of confirmatory questions based on your application, just to make sure that we're, dotting I's and crossing T's. My recollection is that you're a resident of Swissvale. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that is appropriate for the region. And your current with the wrestling team is a paid position. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're aware that you will have to resign that position before serving on the board.
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. I wanted to just confirm those couple of things for everybody's knowledge. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Graves for the first board question.
He has to unmute.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Hi, Mr. Patterson. How you doing?
I'm good, sir.
The first question, why are you interested in serving on the board?
As I previously stated, I want to help with the positive change that the district has been going in. as a volunteer with the football program, I can serve as a liaison between the board and the direct community. I believe I have assets as far as military background and working with at-risk youth that may provide insight on certain situations as far as policy or anything like that is concerned. I do try to think outside the box at times, and hopefully that can be a strength and add it to the board.
Oh, thank you.
Seligson.
There we go. How are you, Mr. Patterson?
I'm well.
Thank you for your service. So my question is, what do you perceive the responsibilities of the school board to be?
I perceive it to be checking the balances of the district, as well as planning, implementing policy, and evaluating the district as a whole. Just making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, and we make the decisions on the policies and enforce that the board, but the district is following the policy as directed.
Thank you.
Ms. Scott, you're up.
Sorry, you said Miss Scott, right? It cut out for a second for me. Sorry. Thanks. Hi, Mr. Patterson. Nice to meet you. How do you think the school district can improve students' academic achievement and the staff's professional development?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Sure. How do you think the school district can improve students' academic achievement and the staff's professional development?
Well, currently, due to COVID, it's rough as far as improving performance. I think if you give students, and if we're talking about this current time, if you give students opportunities to be tutored, whether that is virtually or in small groups in person, I think that would definitely increase in academic potential. And I just know from experience, because when my son did his online learning last year, I already knew what I had to do over the summer, which was get him additional help. So if there's any way that we can provide additional help for the students, I think that would help with the academic achievements within the district, as well as staff. I think if you can get, and I don't know if it's already happening, so I may say something that's already being done. I'm not sure. But I don't know if a staff retreat, just to make sure everybody's on the same page, get a camaraderie, get like a family-oriented frame of mind within the district to make sure everybody is trying to do the same thing as far as providing education for the kids.
Thank you so much.
It's my turn.
I was thinking that, but.
You okay? All right. What are the strengths of our school district?
Give me 1 second. We're trying to make sure the volume gets turned up. If not, I can make it happen. Okay, can you repeat the question?
What are the strengths of our school district?
From my standpoint, looking in.
Yes.
1 second. Currently, well, I know there was an incident that occurred a few years ago, and since that time, I've seen an uprise in enrollment and an overall, I don't want to say reputation, but the school district is bouncing back positively from that negative incident. but and that's the only strength I can really think of right now, because at the end of the day, I don't know everything that the district has done in the last year.
Thank you.
That it's my turn, Jamie.
It is.
I'm smarter than I look. Andre, nice to meet you, and thank you for your service, like Sade said. My question is, what do you think our challenges are as a school district?
The challenges right now, is, from me looking in, is enrollment, seeing how we get the numbers up. I never attended the high school. I did go to Edgewood Primary, 2nd and 3rd, and I went to Dixon in 4th grade. So I've lived out in the district prior to going to high school. And the high school used to be packed with just high school students. And now it is not. And I think if we can get the enrollment up, that would help the district totality and be a great asset.
Thank you.
Ms. Lawson.
Good evening, Mr. Patterson, and thank you for your service as well. I have a two-parter for you. If you could implement a change at the board level throughout the district, what would the change be? Hello?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
trying to. That's a tough question. It would have to deal with academics and bring up the academic proficiency within the district. But exactly how that would look, I'm not sure whether that's a slightly longer school day, slightly longer year. Focus would definitely be on academic excellence. Again, I might revert back to mandatory tutoring. Something that focuses on education.
All right.
And
I have another question for you. You said you've seen a positive change in our district. What changes have you seen?
More of the community talking positively in reference to the district. There was a point in time where people were hesitant on sending their kids to the district due to the negative stigmatism that the district had. So I'm seeing less and less of that talk within the community.
Thank you.
we're going to skip over Miss Curry. She's having connectivity issues. So that will move us to Miss Hodge.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. I don't have any additional questions right now. But again, like everybody else said, thank you for your service.
Mr. Graves, do you want to ask another?
Sure, I'll ask another. What qualities, skills, and experience would you bring to the board?
Communication. I think that's my biggest asset as a juvenile probation officer. I make notes, talk to kids daily. I have attention to detail through the military, and I think those qualities will be added and useful if I was to have a position on the board.
Ms. Ellison?
Okay, I think we're a little bit out of order here, but I'm going to jump to, so we're on number 6.
We're on number 7, I believe.
Yeah, I did 6.
Okay. So if you were faced with a tough issue as a board member, such as raising taxes or cutting programs, what kind of data would you need to help you make your decision?
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. It's a data question. So if you're faced with making a tough decision as a board member, like raising taxes or cutting programs, what kind of data would you need to help you make that decision?
I would need previous numbers. Look at the last few years' numbers. And if there's a certain program, look at what their involvement has been, if it's positive for the community, how many people are involved in it, and how many people is it actually going to affect.
Thanks.
Ms. Scott?
Sorry, I had my interloper child up here for a second, giving me hugs and kisses. Sorry about that. Mr. Patterson, what do you believe would be your biggest challenges as a board member?
My biggest challenge would be give me a second. I actually can't think of the biggest challenge right now, other than being placed on a committee that I felt my expertise or experience wouldn't push over the top. But I think my support system would help me circumvent those issues. But I can't think of the biggest challenge at this time.
Okay. What are the biggest challenges facing public education today?
From my experiences is actually getting students in the building and keeping them in the building. It's hard for public education to keep the kids engaged, and some are not engaged because they're not getting challenged in the right areas, or IEPs aren't being met at the right level. And those challenges alone will force a young man not to come to school because he doesn't feel like he needs to go because he's not being challenged, or the opposite. The work is too challenging for him, but they're demanding him to perform at a higher level, which he just can't do. And he's not being evaluated for that IEP or whatever educational assistance that he needs.
Okay. All right. That concludes the questions that we have prepared at this stage. Is there anything else that we should know about you, Mr. Patterson?
No, not that I could think of.
Okay.
Except that I am a hard worker and a team player, and I'm here to be used. I've been a public servant for the last 17 years as a probation officer, and I'm here to learn, help, and assist any way I can.
Appreciate that. Okay. Is there anything else that a board member has that is a pressing question, something we really need to know?
I have someone, Jamie. Mr. Patterson, do you are you aware how many times the board meets per month?
I have an idea. I think it's 3 to 4 times a month.
Okay. We we usually meet on average 4 times a month for certain meetings, but we also have 2 committees meetings also a month. So probably at minimum is 6, and it could be anywhere between 6 and 10, depending on what else is going on when it comes to your committee or anything else. But yeah.
To be clear, to follow Mr. Graves, we have the 2 formal board meetings and 2 committee meetings that are the sort of public meetings that the board has. There's other stuff that crops up in between depending on committees and things like that. So, but we have the 4 advertised public meetings every month. So there's that. So does that answer the question, Mr. Graves?
Yeah, but I always count our executive meetings as meetings, Jamie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Right, I gotta be here, so I count them. Nah.
it's all one meeting, really. It's all one meeting because we're on the same.
It don't feel like it.
Yeah. So.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have any?
I do.
Yes.
So it's more of like a resume question. I was going to say your resume was pretty awesome. And I was just curious with you have 2 degrees. Could you speak to, I guess, like your criminology background a little bit? And I think you had your undergrad was in athletics.
Yes.
Just kind of your brief about that.
Criminal justice, basically, to be a supervisor in my field, you need to have your master's degree. So I did go back, get my master's degree through IUP, part-time. I almost got, I don't want to say booted out of the program, but there was an issue of deployment. I came up on deployment because I was actually going in person. And it was a big deal to get switched over into the online program so I can actually finish my degree. It was challenging because it took a little longer. But at the end of the day, it was something that needed to be done. As a probation officer, I don't want to say the degree doesn't help. It definitely gave me more tools in order to communicate effectively with the young men on my caseload. And like I said, I really enjoy what I do.
Thanks.
Mr. Patterson, I like to say that, one, because I had mic trouble at the beginning, I didn't get a chance to thank you for your service. But I also have a brother that works with at risk kids. And I know how challenging that job is also. So I want to commend you for that work.
Thank you, sir.
I will echo that as well. All of your work is important service, so we appreciate that. Any other members have questions? Okay. Seeing none, we'll adjourn here. Members, we will meet in executive in a couple of minutes, so I look forward to seeing you there. And Mr. Patterson, hopefully you can stick around at admin there this evening. We will consider the vacancy tonight. So there is not, certainly the board has to vote. There's a decision to be made, but if you could stay, and in the event that the board does approve you as the person to fill the vacancy, you would be sworn tonight. So would appreciate it if you're able to stay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity and your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Members of the public for joining as well. We appreciate it.
Okay, Jamie, I just need 2 minutes to set up the next Zoom.
Okay.
And good.
All right. Everyone will take a break, a couple minutes, and be on shortly.